Welcome back to the show, and what a show it's going to be. Heat 3 of the seeding round. We'll see John Florence, a two-time winner here in the West, taking on Michel Bourez, who's also had a victory at this location, and Mikey Wright.
Really bring it, as we see. Got the heat up and riding here. Streaking down the line on this one on his forehand. There's that trademark carve that we've all come to know and love. And he just throws everything at that second turn. Hitting it a little bit too hard. Michel Bourez just taking off super late, not being able to knife into that one. Never really got his...
In a pipe, he's at the top end of the ratings, but he doesn't want to lose momentum early in the season here. He's trying to find it again. Michel Bourez hasn't been past a 17th place finish in this schedule so far. He's up at the moment though, riding right through to the inside, commits to that end section, places the board nicely, lands sideways, but has the control to ride on out.
That was absolutely incredible. Let's have a look at this. So the airdrop to start things off. Drives around this first section here. Just holds onto that heel side rail. Finds the power again. Stretches out. Again, navigating through all those bumps. Waits for it. Then pounds that oncoming section. His board just fully drifting sideways. And he was able to just connect the fins again. Look at this foamy section. How on earth did he regain control over this one? And you could see his board just fluttering under his feet there. Look at it there, completely going sideways. And then he just stomps back on the fins, gets them reconnected to the bottom of the wave there. Quite remarkable how he got control over that.
So determined to get himself, as we see live action, John Florence up. This is wave number 2. Speeds off the bottom, straight into a big hooking carve, holding onto that line for a good period of time. Back out onto the open face now and thinking about lining up this inside section. Bit of foam on the face. No dramas for the two-time world champion, who gets the finish.
Action that we've talked about. Here goes John. Driving off the first section, really grinding through it. Accelerating out of the turn. That's the point of difference that John seems to be able to bring to these big open face carves, is his ability to accelerate through the turn and come out of it with actually more speed that he went into sometimes, which is remarkable. Gets to the finish as well. Watch the slow-mo. There's not many that lean into it as much as John does. Look at this, just textbook rail surfing here. Whips it back around. Eyes off this second turn. This one goes a little flatter and he just gets some good work done anyway. Nonetheless, just keeps the momentum going, keeps the speed and flow. Just readjusts, resets on that bottom turn, and a nice slashing turn off the lip. Doesn't overextend it, just gets a nice...
Desired on the inside, on the outside now. Mikey Wright just holding his line and grabbing that rail on riding out of that first manoeuvre. And he's looking for his first big finish in a championship tour event this season. Needs to ride out of that turn, unable to do so.
Well, he would have been Houdini if he rode out of that foamy section.
2019 was a really tough year for him. But looking a little bit more free in his performance on this ride.
Oh, just holding the rail through that first carve for so long. He basically went from the top carve all the way to the bottom and then just throws it at that last second. Live action.
Up again. Florence driving off the bottom. Big section here. Stands up nicely.
Oh.
And just loses his footing. Right as it shut down. Michel Bourez on the outside now, scratching into this one. A lot of waves being ridden in the opening minutes here as Bourez cuts into the face of this one. Right in front of John Florence now. Driving up into the lip. And just loses his footing. A lot of speed here, Rich. Still a bit of bump in the face, but you can definitely feel an increased energy in this heat.
Yeah, you can feel just the power in these waves now. Look at Michel Bourez just attacking that final section.
And not even paying attention to, and swings pretty late on some waves. And he's probably on a wave right now, and I missed it because I'm so short, and you're bothering me.
Well, you get back to the action. Thank you very much for your time. Miss Malia Manuel, queen of the box.
Thank you, Stace. Well, John Florence, you know, we expect excellent numbers from him here, Rich, and he usually delivers, and this one is going to go there. An incredible tube ride in a lineup that hasn't really even threatened to present that kind of opportunity for anyone else. John finds it, and he gets himself positioned extremely deep, knows where he has to navigate that equipment, to find the exit. It was awesome to watch.
Here we go, John, picking up one of the better waves of today. Stays high in the tube. You have to stay high here at Margaret River. Grinding through it, still going. Pops out the end. And he's not done yet. Hammers that final section. And well, this is just, mate, this guy is unbelievable.
Well, the judges have really tightened the purse strings in recent times. And they haven't been dishing out these big numbers, but there was no arguing with this one. John Florence, extremely barreled, came out and slammed the section. He was surprised himself, and there it is, the first 10-point ride of the season. And John Florence so deserving.
Even that final section was just so turbulent, so much power.
Believe it or not, his first 10 here at main break, but probably not his last, as we see Michel Bourez looking to shore up that second spot at the moment, and already has a 6 in the bag. Bourez working this one over right through to the inside. Only needs to get rid of a 3.07 to make life more difficult for Mikey Wright, who's back in third position. Just gets a little tangled up at the end of this ride, but 15.5 minutes to go. Michel Bourez surfing extremely well too.
It's the replay here. So Bourez just extends, gets set, jams that first turn. Doesn't overcommit because there's lots more to do down here. Big open face carve. Jumps around a bit as this wave presents a few lumps and bumps, a couple of ridges in the face, and then here just literally tries to run out of the way of the foam and gets caught up.
On the outside ridge, the competitors really know what they're looking for. Michel Bourez found exactly what he was searching for when he took off on this ride, but it is a bit of a lottery at the end of the wave. Will it stand up on that part of the shelf that offers that final section? This wave didn't give Michel the big finish he was looking for, but he did great work on the outside. And he is having a look at this one. Takes off on that big boil. Plenty of size to this face as he drives up into the first section. So much speed as he leans into the layback and again just throws himself into the section. And that time just gets completely enveloped by the closeout, and he'll go down. Just over 9 minutes to go. Let's hear from the winner of the last heat with stake. Moments as we see Florence up again, trying to get rid of that 5.1. Drives into this first section, and there it is. That long, drawn-out full rail carve executed with so much speed. And there is a lot of points in that manoeuvre just on its own. He added some extras, and expecting that 5.1 is going to be kicked out the door.
I could just watch that all day long. It is just the pure essence of power surfing.
Just have a look at the speed that he carries through this first turn.
So watch this. Okay, jams on that hillside rail and just holds it for so long. And then straight into the next one. Just a fiery little snap at the top of that wave.
It's an excellent turn that warrants an excellent score. I mean, it's just that individual turn is going to be on a highlight reel for years to come.
So watch this now. Shifts from the toe side onto the heel side. Look how far back he's leaning. The back arm is just showing the pathway, and now he shifts the weight back onto the back foot there. Gets back on the toe side rail here, and then this little bit more acute with this snap. Okay, grinds around and then releases because he could see this thing was closing out, so he cuts it a bit short, and that enables him to ride out cleanly in front of this, no worries. Through this heat, he hasn't really found it, hasn't been able to put himself in the right position, but hang on a minute.
Well, in his mind too, might have gone into this one competing against John. His best shot might be just focusing on Michel Bourez here as Michel gets up again. Nice opening manoeuvre. Hoping for a connection through to the inside, hoping this wave offers him a big oncoming section to lay into. Bit of foam on the face. And this one's getting a little ugly on the inside here. Michel goes to the float. And just didn't get that big high impact finish that he was after. Trying to drop a 5.5 to push the requirement higher. 1 minute to go here. Let's hope we see another set on the outside. Late takeoff. Straight under the ledge. And Florence loading up. I know Ross Williams is going to be watching this saying nothing silly. Yeah. Nothing silly. No necessary air attempts as we see Mikey Wright on the outside. And he's going to tuck into the pit. Can't punch his way through that curtain, though, as the heat comes to a close. 17.5 will be his heat score total.
Well, that was a masterclass of pure rail surfing. John, he picked the best waves too. He was on the best waves of the heat, and he just brought that level of surfing that we're used to seeing here at Margaret River.